Well, ladies and gentlemen, it's finna be a hot one. I should have had a little bit of verdict with me because we about to go off. Dan Bongino, thank you, brother. Thank you for what you said. I mimic the sentiment. I wish I could say it like you said it, but I'm trying to be a good Christian. All right, Mem Dunny is stupid enough to trick y'all into creating a shovel program that requires you to do the government job, plus you need ID. You can't make this up. But before we get to any of that, it's a short show today. We got to give you some updates on Nancy Guthrie, and it's going to be something that you don't want to hear. Trust me. Welcome to the Tatum Show.
If you don't believe that we are in a fight today, you're sleeping under a rock. If you get hit and you lay down and you cry and you fold up in the corner, definitely you will not win the fight. We show up to win. Our culture needs a lot of you young people in here to step up and stand out. There is nothing or no principality, power, division, devil can stop us when we're united. They can only get you when you're divided. When I see the American flag, I see us progressing to something that can be awesome and great. And if you don't plan on winning big, you might as well go home today.
Ladies and gentlemen, ladies, welcome back. Let's talk about a few things before we get to the show. Shout out to all the members of the Tatum Squad and also Tatum Force. I appreciate y'all supporting the channel. If you want to support the channel, if you want exclusive content, we're going to build out the biggest membership program ever on YouTube. And I want you to be a part of that. Get in now because it's probably going to be too late once we start making different tiers. So get in there now, support the channel, very low entry, and I appreciate you for that. Follow me on Substack. We have 14,000 people on the Substack. I write content every day. I'm going to start doing some different stuff. I want to start doing Bible study on Wednesdays, and we're going to incorporate that into the Substack. Also, if you are a restaurant in Phoenix, Arizona, and you want Verdict in your restaurant, which we already have a ton of them. We already have it in Belmont. We already have it in the Inns. We're going to have it in so many restaurants because it's that doggone good. But if you're a restaurant, reach out to me, and we'll let you know the distributor, and you can go and place your order. If you want Verdict, go to verdictbourbon.com. You got to be 21 and over. You got to be responsible to drink. If you're struggling with energy, clean energy, make sure you go to synergylife.com. Get you an energy drink. I drink it every single day. I think everybody here get it free, so they drink it too. And also, if you're struggling with sleep, Synergy Life has the solution for you as well. Let's get into this. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to start with Nancy Guthrie, Savannah Guthrie's mom. There's a quick update, and I would say it's more of an unfortunate update than anything, to be honest. I'm quite disappointed at where we've gone so far with this case. There must have been the ball dropped in multiple areas for us to lead to this point. I recant some of the things that I said, believing that the government or the municipality or the sheriff's department knew more than they probably did. And then we're going to get to Dan Bongino. So I want you to put your seatbelt on because I have a lot to say about what Dan Bongino said. And I think a lot of y'all been waiting on me to say this in part. All right, Nancy, roll the clip. Savannah.
Hi there. I'm coming on to say it is day 24 since our mom was taken in the dark of night from her bed. And every hour and minute and second and every long night has been agony since then of worrying about her and fearing for her and aching for her. And most of all, just missing her, We know that millions of you have been praying. So many people have been praying of every faith and no faith at all, praying for her return. And we feel those prayers. Please keep praying without ceasing.
So she goes on to say that she's going to get $1 million reward. Now, can I just say this? And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. From the very beginning, this whole thing seems weird to me. That does not mean that it's weird. I want you all to understand that. Just because things don't add up don't mean that they don't add up. It's just they don't add up to me, right? And Nancy Guthrie and her family, or Savannah Guthrie and her family, it has been very awkward and suspicious on almost every end on what happened to their mama. Somebody saw her last in the family. Somebody allegedly took her home. And now she's completely missing and no trace, no evidence of no sort There's no real ransom. I knew that from the very beginning. Ransom don't really go that way. And I think that there's a lot of question marks. And this is all very suspicious to me. When I see people crying with no tears, it gets weird to me. And I'm not saying that necessarily that is weird. I'm just saying that's how I feel about it. And hopefully they get to the bottom of this. Do I think Nancy Guthrie is alive? No. There's absolutely no way, unless for God protecting her outside of her medicine and everything else, because she's either in Mexico with medicine or she's in the States with no medicine, and she's like 80-something years old. There's no surviving something like that. Blood found at the scene, that there was something went wrong. And if I had to guess, I would think that the family know more, or somebody that knew her knows more than what's being delivered to the police department. And eventually it's going to come out, right? These things will come out, and we'll see where it goes from there. Let me give you a quick update from the news, and then we're going to move on. Roll the clip.
As the fourth week begins, the sheriff says he hopes investigators are closer to identifying the jacket, the shoes, the pants, the gun holster worn by the masked man at her front door. Like the suspect's backpack, the sheriff says those items may also have been purchased at Walmart. They're going through the receipts. Volunteers headed out this weekend to look for Nancy on their own, and they found a backpack. They handed it over to deputies, but the sheriff's department says it appears to have been there a bit longer than 3 weeks. It contained the ID of an underage person. It is not thought to be a viable lead, and the sheriff's department is also saying...
Let's put this together real quick. Let me just tell you the suspicion when it comes to the backpack. If you come there to rob somebody, you will have an empty backpack, not a full backpack. If you came there prepared and not unprepared or spontaneous, you would have burglary tools or other things in your backpack that can defeat a camera and defeat the front door and all those other components. It's very simple. So to watch a person with a full backpack at the front door is already bizarre to me. Now, here's the part that I know y'all not gonna like to hear. And I didn't like to hear it because it's very disappointing that this is the reality. Let's go to clip 103. Play the clip.
A stunning update in the disappearance of Nancy Guthrie. A source tells Fox News that these two images captured on the doorbell camera, look closely at both of these. Do they look like the same person? Might have been from separate dates. Here to react, the Wounded Blue founder and retired police lieutenant Randy Sutton. Good morning to you, Randy.
Good morning, Ainsley.
Good morning. So what do you think about those images? 2 different days? Are they the same person?
I don't believe they are the same person, and I'll tell you why. If you look at, I've seen other photographs, and in fact, a military expert on infrared shared with me some information concerning a carbon footprint of his footwear, and which demonstrates that they are different shoes. So either he changed his shoes or this is a separate person. I think it's something that needs to be examined. I'm sure the FBI has all the resources to do that if they haven't done it already. But if in fact this was a second a visit to this residence, it would be chilling, but it would also not explain what happened with the Ring doorbell. If he did a recon on the home, he would have seen the Ring doorbell and come equipped to deal with it rather than deal with the plant situation.
Right. Here's the thing.
So
here's
it's
the caveat,
a little incongruous.
Here's the caveat.
A stunning update.
Pause it. Here's the caveat. I think it's the same person, different day. But the problem is, I don't think they know what day this is. That's the problem, and that's the biggest announcement that I had to, that's confusing. I don't think they know which date these are, for sure. This same person could have been stalking her on 2 different days, but had nothing to do with the day that she went missing. Now we're in a kerfuffle. Now we're in a conundrum. Now they don't have no idea what happened to Nancy Guthrie. And I would argue that somebody in the family or somebody close to the family knows more about what's going on. I watch so much Dateline, and I did this for a living. It's always somebody that knows somebody that end up doing something like this. People that are spontaneously doing crimes like this, they do not, they leave so many droplets, mistakes, inconsistencies. They get caught every time because it's almost impossible to recon somebody's house that you don't live at. But somebody that lived there, somebody that know Nancy, somebody that know her whereabouts, know when she sleep, know how she move and operate, know where they could take her and nobody could find her. That could be a possibility. I'm not saying that it is because I'm not Jesus Christ and I don't know everything. Let's get to Dan Bongino real quick. This is what I've been waiting on. This may be the rest of the show. I want to be very clear with my audience. Everybody keeps asking me, Candace Owens, Candace Owens, Candace Owens. I do not agree with what Candace Owens is saying. I don't agree how she's doing it. I don't agree with what she's saying it. I think it's the most bizarre thing I ever heard. Now, why do I not say her name every time I have something to say? Because it's not about the person, it's about the spirit behind what's happening. I would have to name 25,000 people every day, every time I make a statement. And it bothers me that people want to see drama more than they want to see solutions. But Dan Bongino said it like it's supposed to be said. It's not about the individual person specifically. It's about anybody. You know who they are. People in the comment section, won't you say that? If you know who I'm talking about and you know who it is, then what are you talking about? You want drama? You want an argument? You can give a person so much airtime all they want. What is that going to do to the principle of what's happening? It bothers me a little bit. I see why some people feel that way, but at the end of the day, it bothers me. At the end of all of this is a point-blank clear synopsis is that if people, I think it's evil to say that Erika Kirk has something to do with Charlie Kirk's death. It's evil. I think it's evil. Some people are consumed with evilness. I don't find any credible evidence whatsoever to believe that Erika Kirk has something to do with her husband's death. And the fact that people are even entertaining it with no evidence is a spit in the face to Charlie Kirk and his legacy. I'll say this clearly, and this is for everybody involved. You cannot say you care about Charlie Kirk or love Charlie Kirk and you dissing his wife like this. You can't say it. Because if I died, people could do the same thing about my wife, and you can't say you love me if you treat my wife this way. My wife loves me. That's why I married her. I'm not stupid. God speaks to me. God sent her to me. That's why I married her. And if something happens to me, my wife will take over all of this. Everybody that worked for me will be subject to my wife's control. Nobody outside of my bloodline will run my company, period. I don't care if my wife had zero experience. Nobody's running my bloodline in success or being a successor of my company that's not in my bloodline. You got to be completely stupid to think that I'm going to give somebody the position to run and be president over all that I own and built, somebody other than my wife. You got to be stupid. Nobody knows my company like my wife do because I'm telling her and talking to her, complaining every night to my wife. She see the wins, she see the losses, she see the fear, she see my vision. Every night. Dan Bongino, if I could cuss, I can if I want to. I just choose not to. But Dan Bongino said it perfectly. If y'all want to hear me cuss, this is what it'll sound like. Roll the clip.
Erika didn't choose this, man. She didn't choose this. Imagine sitting there in your house and you find out from Twitter or, I don't know, a text or a phone call or that your husband was just shot in the neck for the entire world to see on social media at a public event. I can't imagine that. I know you can't either. Then you got to go through this. Then you got a bunch of absolute lunatics sending her emails. You did it. Comments, tweets. you. Go yourself. You demonic. For as much as I hate what just happened, I wish ill on no one, and everyone should restrain their emotions from the other side because they are not on our side. Everyone. Once you go down the road of violence, there's no turning back. There's always someone stronger than you, man. Always. There's a whole lot of people stronger than me. And I'm sorry if the language distracts from you, but I can think of no other New York way to say it than you. You deserve to feel the little licks of the flames of on every inch of your body. You. If there's an afterlife, oh, and I believe there is. I believe in the second creation. I don't pretend to be the judge and jury, but I know you're not in it. I got to tell you, I've been doing this for a really long time now. And as I said in the beginning of the show, I walked into the dark forest. I didn't know where it was going to go. I did not have this all mapped out because I don't know what to say. People have tried being nice. People have tried screaming and yelling. People have tried a middle of the road approach. Nothing works. Ignore it, it metastasizes. Address it, it metastasizes. I wish I had the answer. I can only make decisions for me. I can't make decisions for you as to what you want to watch or what you don't. This isn't about views or who's popular or who's this. I don't care. I'm just telling you I'm making a decision for me now. I don't want to be any part of that. If you're part of that, please leave. If it is half my audience disappears tomorrow, good riddance. Sayonara, mother. I don't want you. Nobody else wants you here. The people who watch this show don't want you here. Sane people, and that is a majority of us, hate your guts. We don't want you. Nobody wants you. You were the spawn of Satan. I promise your parents, alive or dead, are looking at you now in horror that they spawned the demon.
Yeah.
Your last name will live in infamy. Your kids will deny knowing you. I don't want anything to do with you. I see you out there. I know exactly what you're doing. You can just go. It's not an airport. You don't have to announce your departure. Just go. I'm the anti-clicks view guy. I don't want you. Your views, your clicks, nothing. Don't buy anything. Don't do anything. Don't touch anything we do. Just go away. I know you can't because you have to spread your cancer everywhere. But we've got warriors in this audience too who don't want to listen to your either. Are we clear with each other? You can just get the out.
Now, I would love to have them cuss words just flying, but I know kids watching this. I'm not going to lie, man. I feel very similar to Dan Bongino. And let me just add this. It's easy for people that don't know people to make a comment. You know, when you know somebody personally, it's not so much of the personal attacks that's more effective than just stating the facts, stating reality. I don't know Erika that well. I happen to know Candace Owens very well, but I don't give a who. I have been around long enough, and I was with Turning Point when they first started, and I've been around Charlie Kirk. And I talked to Charlie Kirk. I knew Charlie Kirk. And I was at their wedding. And I know that he loved Erika. That Charlie Kirk could have married anybody. I'm not going to say anybody meaning he could have married someone else if he wanted to. He chose Erika Kirk. She has been nothing but sweet, kind, and godly since the day I met Erika. She has been a saint. Every conversation that I've ever had with Erika, every text that she's texted my wife, she has been nothing but a Christian, loving, godly woman without fault. I do not understand how anybody could go down the path of trashing Erika Kirk. She didn't do anything to deserve the treatment that she's getting. None of y'all did this when Charlie was alive. Why? If you so inclined and you know and you so in the know, why didn't you say nothing when Charlie was alive? If Turning Point USA was such a diabolical organization against Charlie, then why did nobody say nothing when Charlie was alive? If Charlie Kirk was somehow turning on Israel, I mean turned, why did he express that while he was alive? A couple complaints here and there is not turning. It is a spirit. And those of us who have the Spirit of God in us, or common sense, can see it is a spirit to go after a woman of God that has no evidence whatsoever. If somebody would do me like people are doing, or do my wife like people are doing Charlie's wife, my wife will sue the out of you. She will sue you. And if the roles were reversed and something happened to my wife and y'all were coming at me like that, I will not only sue you, I probably would threaten your life. I'm being honest. You're not gonna do my wife like that. And if I happen to die and I could come back to life, I will come back and I will haunt you. It is shameful to treat Charlie Kirk like this. But say you are a friend of Charlie. Now, if you don't know him, I don't care what you do. You can say whatever you want about Charlie. But if you are going to say you are a friend of Charlie, or you know Charlie, or you support Charlie, there's no way you could go down a path of destroying his wife. Destroying her legacy. Destroying Charlie's legacy. Let me say something real quick, because where do you think Charlie's heart was at? It was with Jesus Christ, Erika Kirk, and Turning Point. He dies. His heart is with Erika and Turning Point. If your mission is to destroy Erika and Turning Point, there's no way. There's no justification to say that you love, like, or was friends with Charlie Kirk. It can't happen. It's okay to be critical. It's okay to ask real legitimate questions. It's okay to have skepticism. But to lay blame or claim or cause people to threaten Erika Kirk because of a mythical ideology is crazy to me. It's crazy to me. For the life of me, I will never understand this. Charlie Kirk didn't have to be my best friend, and he wasn't my best friend. I didn't know him that well that he was my best friend. But Charlie was a good friend to me. And I don't know everything Charlie did or didn't do. He was not Jesus Christ, so I'm sure he had flaws and he wasn't perfect and he made mistakes. But I genuinely believe that Charlie Kirk was a good dude. I genuinely believe that Charlie Kirk genuinely loved the Lord. And y'all could go and dig up dirt on Charlie Kirk and find something that he did or said that if some of y'all knew a text or something, you probably would criticize. But at the end of the day, he was a genuine guy pursuing God. And I believe his wife was doing the same thing. That's why he married her. And his kids and all of that are all at play here. How do you love Charlie but don't love his kids? You want his kids to be without a mama? You want their mama to get killed or injured or hurt because y'all coming up with theories because you bored and ain't got nothing to do with your life But to destroy somebody else's life is crazy to me, bruh. That anybody would even spread this stupidity. If Erika Kirk somehow was a bad person, you won't find me saying nothing unless I had evidence. Mother-freaking evidence. Evidence, unequivocal. I got the evidence in my hand. I'm reporting it to the police officers. I'm reporting it to the government. I'm making a documented report. I'm an eyewitness. Or I'm some form of a witness with evidence that she got. And if I ain't got that, I'm going to shut the up. Because the repercussions for being wrong is potentially somebody dying. Somebody's legacy being tarnished forever. How do you not get that? And I'll say this like Dan Bongino said it. If you follow me, get the off my page. I don't need you to be on my page. I don't care. I want y'all to understand something real clear. I love the Lord. I don't care about you that much. Those who support me, I love you. Thank you. If you don't like me, dude, I don't lose no sleep over you. You don't feed my kids. I don't even know you. Y'all out here saying, I unfollowed you. Man, I don't care. 3 million something people. I don't care how many unfollow me. I'm not going to be doing this forever. I have an assignment. I'm doing the assignment that God called me to do. At some point, I ain't going to be doing this. At some point, B. Tatum ain't going to be making videos. I'm going to be doing something else in my life. So your unfollow don't mean sugar, honey, iced tea. You ain't even really doing nothing for me in the first place. I don't want you to be a part of nothing I do. I don't even care. If you want to keep buying my merch, that's fine. I don't care. You keep buying it. You don't want to be a part of what Brandon Tatum. I don't care, man. Do y'all think I care? I'm finna leave here and go do jiu-jitsu and hang out with my family. And my son gonna run up to me and say, Daddy, I love you, I miss you. I ain't worried about y'all fools. Y'all miserable, sitting in your mama house, sitting in the basement, cat ladies. Y'all miserable, stupid, ignorant folk. And I don't care if you unfollow me. Next year, in the next 365 days, there's gonna be more people that follow me anyway. You are a fart in the wind. You are a doo-doo in the toilet bowl. Nobody care, bruh. You think Dan Bongino care about you unfollow him? No, he don't. That dude is rich. He counting his money in his beautiful house with his family. He worry about your sorry self. Anyway, I just had to get this off my chest. I'm sick of it, man. Now, I try not to go too hard because I don't know none of y'all like that. To be honest, I don't know Erika like that. I just know what my experiences have been with Erika. I don't know Charlie like that. I just know my experiences with Charlie. And some of y'all, you think you know Candace. I have had a long history knowing Candace, and the things that I've seen Candace do more recently, I don't recognize. I don't recognize it. Candace has been nothing but kind. I gotta like give y'all a perspective. Cause y'all want me to go out and some of these people don't know Candace and don't have no history with Candace. I've been knowing Candace for a very long time. Candace has always been sweet to me. Candace has always been nice to me. You don't see her talking about me on her social media. She don't bash me. So I don't have no reference point to go off of than things that she say that I disagree with. And I think that some of the things that have been said about Erika is just wrong. Now, I plan on calling Candace and asking her, what information do you have that I don't have? Because it sounds crazy what's being said. And if there's no information that can be provided, then I'm not going to change my mind. I don't agree. But like, it's very hard for me to go F you to Candace and all this other stuff because I have known Candace to be just as sweet and kind as these other people. I would have added Candace in a circle of this person has always been kind to me, this person has always been kind to me, this person has always been kind to me. I personally don't have no beef with these people. These people got beef with one another. I don't have no beef with these people. Charlie Kirk ain't never been against me. Candace Owens ain't never been against me. Erika Kirk has never been against me. I'm watching people go against other people. And I almost want, y'all gonna make me tell all the beans. And everybody in that scenario except Erika, because Erika's been nothing but kind to me. I've never known Erika I've never had an issue with Erika whatsoever. But I mean, me and Charlie didn't always agreed on everything. Me and Charlie didn't always get along on everything. There are certain things that I think that Charlie did that I didn't like. But at the end of the day, none of them are against me. And so it's hard for me to try to say, I'm now going to take a position against you because you mad at this person. And those of you who are loyal understand that. That's why I don't spend my time bashing Candace every single day. It's because she ain't never done nothing to me. Now, if Candace will come out and talk about my wife or something, then I got to say something. But, let me just say this. And I'm going to get off here. One of the other reasons why it's not very convenient for me to go and blast other people, because I don't know if these people would have had my back, to be quite honest. How many people would have my back in the same situation? I don't know. Ain't none of them been tested. To be quite honest, none of them been battle tested. So that's why it's very difficult to jump on a bandwagon, because you'll go, man, F you for saying this about this person. And then these two people friends in the background. These two people go make up. They go meet on a tarmac. All right, I said enough. But I will say this in closing, is that just because I don't like something somebody's saying don't mean I don't love them. I just don't like what they're saying. And I'll finish it with this because it's the honest to God truth. I love Candace because she's my sister. I don't like what she's saying. I've always loved Candace. Candace has always been nice to me. She's always been kind to me. But I don't like what she's saying. I don't agree with what she's saying. I don't endorse none of that. And it's not because of none of y'all, because I don't really care about what you think. To be quite honest, at the end of the day, I only care about what affect my family. And so I just don't like it as a family. I don't like it. I don't agree. I think it's hurtful to Erika Kirk. I think it's hurtful to Charlie's legacy for Candace to say those things. But I still love her. You can hate her if you want to. I still love her and I pray for her. Because I want to see Candace come out of the situation that she in my opinion. And she say the same thing about me on a podcast the other day. She said she praying that I come to her side, which is fine. I ain't never going to be on the side of hating Israel. And I ain't never going to be on the side of talking about somebody's widow unless Jesus Christ have shown me proof. If not, I'm not saying nothing about nobody widow, especially when a man can't protect his wife. Charlie can't protect her. And men like me feel obligated because I said I had Charlie's back, that I'm going to protect Erika, especially when people ain't saying the right thing about her. And the same thing will happen if something happened to Candace Owens or something happened to George and Candace Owens was being mistreated unjustifiably, right? If you criticizing about Israel, then it's justified, in my opinion, about criticism. But if somehow they treating her wrong, I'm going to stand up for her because her husband can't. All right, I didn't say it enough. That's how I feel. You don't like it, go screw yourself. All right, members only. We're going to do a quick chat before I do my interview. So if you're a member on the Tatum squad or even Tatum Force, come join the after talk after hours. I'm going to say a little more about this afterwards because it's just for the people that love me that can hear the nitty gritty. But for everybody else, I still love you. Make sure you get some Verdict. Best bourbon I've ever tasted. Drink responsibly. Must be 21 and over. Go get you some merch from Tatum's store if you support the channel. And also, shout out to Black Lion Guardian Fund, supporting influencers and people who cannot afford protection. We raise money, we support them. Black Lion Guardian Fund, go and donate today to support people who cannot afford security. I'll see y'all on the other side after hours. Well, I say after.